Hey everybody, check it out. It's Enigmatic Entertainment back again with another video. You know the deal, so let's keep it real. Let me just show you guys real quick. Yeah, you know what I got on. I don't work at Pizza Hut, but I used to. For those that don't know, a few years ago, I used to work there. I pulled this up out of the basement. Might be a little dusty. I don't know. I haven't worn it in months. Years, actually, at this point. This is going to be a review, pros and cons, things of the nature of working as a Pizza Hut delivery driver. So yeah, guys, I was the one delivering your pizzas a few years ago. You know, if anyone from the neighborhood is watching this, of course. But anyways, a typical day would be getting up and getting dressed in a uniform, of course. Blue or black jeans, if I remember correctly. I don't know how strictly it was enforced. I don't really remember it being enforced too strongly. You know, of course, also the shirt and the hat or visor. For winter, they gave us a long sleeve shirt, a vest, and a jacket. This is the jacket right here as well, which definitely came in handy on those cold, snowy nights, but still wasn't enough sometimes to keep us fully warm, or at least myself. I do run pretty cold half the time. I guess they had no, like, Pizza Hut gloves and scarves and socks and all that stuff, but hey, it is what it is, right? I worked evenings and nights, as that's when most people would really be ordering pizzas and the like, and it was pretty cool. I guess they do it after work or school is the typical time to really be ordering this stuff. I know when I was younger, a lot of times you'd usually get pizza after school, so it makes sense. I get it. The scheduling, it's pretty simple. My shift would start between 4 and 5:30 p.m. and finish somewhere between 10 and 12, depending on the day. I never really left the store probably later than maybe the max or the latest, like 1 a.m. The shift starts off with clocking on the registers in the front, then heading straight out to take a delivery if there are any available. If not, then it's to the back of the store to find something else to do to keep busy. Stuff like taking out the trash and doing the dishes fell onto the driver's task most of the time. Fortunately, we didn't have to do them by hand. We had one of those commercial dishwashers that you might see in a restaurant or bar. And you just have to, open it, fill it up, start it, wait a minute or two, remove them, put them on the rack to dry and store. And the other task would be, of course, taking the trash, sweeping and mopping, things of that nature. And then, last but not least, prep work. We do that at least once a day. We'd have to get stuff like the dough and whatnot out the freezer. If they need like 10 medium pans, 10 personal pans, 10 hand toss mediums, or whatever it was, we'd get the proper pan, top, and dough out the freezer and whatnot. Spray them down with oils, make sure that, they don't stick or anything like that. And then, of course, stack them all up on the, push carts and wheel those back into the cold storage room, instead of the freezers. We had a cold storage room where it stayed a certain temperature to keep them, not frozen, but, in the proper, food storage, all that stuff. And that was pretty much what we did for prep every day to get it out to you guys as quick as possible. Hey, it's all about efficiency. But that about sums it up for the most part for the non-driving stuff that we had to do as delivery drivers. Thanks to some days being extremely slow, sometimes we'd even be let out of work a little bit early if there was nothing left to do. They might let a driver to go early and just have one left if it's really slow to just handle all the last few deliveries for the night. There are plenty of days of us just standing around, honestly, on our phones, watching videos, listening to music, or just talking to each other and whatnot. I preferred, in particular, to really be outside of the store, driving around, especially in the summer, because it'd be really hot in there, you're sweating and everything like that. Nice sunny day out, I'd rather be driving around, chilling, listening to music, maybe on the phone, Bluetooth, of course, gotta stay safe. Safe driving, very important. Really relaxing, and also can be really motivating when you're thinking about getting a tip and whatnot from the potential customer and everything that you're delivering to. The driving was probably the easiest part of the job, I'd say, at least for me. Dealing with rude customers or ones that don't really speak English was one of the more frustrating things. That, along with the physical requirements of standing up in the store and consistently having to lift objects, especially those frozen boxes of like the dough and the other food. I had back problems, and that was not fun or pleasant in the slightest bit. I could not stand it. Luckily, one good thing is my store seemed pretty lax about things like being a few minutes late, listening to music while working, and things of that nature. I suppose since as delivery drivers, we weren't required to interact with customers in the front, we were always in the back working or out on delivery. So there wasn't too much like oversight sometimes when it came to things, you know? Often drivers would go out and make stops at other places, like go get a coffee before or after delivery, get something to eat, you know, like Chinese food, this and that, you know, stop in the convenience store, get something, and, you know, go eat, chill, stuff like that, as long as it wasn't too busy. We never really hassled or nagged too much at times, unless it was really busy or we were taking a long time. And, hey, I didn't really stop and do that stuff, honestly, but I know a lot of my the drivers, I know that they did, you know. But now, before I finish, I'm going to run down a list of pros and cons for you guys, which may vary, of course, depending on your store, your personal preferences, and the neighborhood that you would be delivering to. Pros, number 1. Tips can supplement the low hourly wage, and a big tipper can be a pleasant surprise and really just make your workday. Number 2. Making deliveries gives you time to be outside, which is great for, you know, nice weather days. I loved it. Number 3, interactions with some customers can be pleasant and brighten your mood and introduce you to new people that you wouldn't have usually met on your day-to-day activities. Number 4, it's quick and easy to get hired as long as you have a nice, clean driving record. Number 5, discounted or free food depending on the policy that your store has about the employees eating the food, pretty much. Number 6, it's a stable work schedule. Since people order food around the same time, same days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday typically are busier than the other days of the week, and you'll be working evenings and nights, you can set your schedule pretty easily around that. There's not going to be too much like, oh, come in early this day, come in afternoon that day. Our schedule is almost the exact same every week unless something had happened with another coworker that we had to like cover for, things of that nature. Cons. Number 1. There's not much upward mobility in terms of position and wage. You're not going to get promoted. You're a driver. You rely on tips. You're basically making minimum wage most of the time. It is what it is. 2. You have to use your own vehicle for deliveries, which requires you to factor in possible damage and maintenance costs as well as gas prices. Now, our store, we use our own cars. Maybe some stores, they have a vehicle for you. I don't know. Like I said, your mileage may vary. No pun intended. Number 3, lots of driving, especially at night and in various weather conditions, in order to get to customers in a timely manner. Hey, I got hit by a car one day because I was driving around after a delivery heading back to the store. I got rear-ended in the middle of a snowstorm. I almost got into another accident one day in the middle of a snowstorm. I'm not going to go into details. It was just not fun driving in the rain and the snow, hurricanes, and all that stuff. Just wasn't. 4, lots of walking and lifting required because some customers are not going to be on the first floor. Some of them are going to be in the hotels and apartment complexes and whatnot that have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 floors, and they most of the time will not come out to the lobby or whatever or come outside and meet you unless you're not allowed past like the lobby or something like that. Certain buildings don't allow delivery drivers to go past a certain point. So a lot of times I had to go all the way up in the elevators, and luckily they always worked, carrying sometimes 2 bags or more full of food, pizza, chicken wings, fries, cookies, all the stuff that we offered. Once again, not good on my back, not good whatsoever. 5, impatient customers or ones that are just upset because something messed up with their order. And usually it's not your fault unless you brought them like the wrong thing. A few times I might have brought them like the wrong soda, had to go back all the way back to the store and then come back and bring them the correct soda instead. And if it comes to like their food, we don't deal with the pizzas and things of that nature directly ourselves. We don't take the orders at the front either on the phone or anything like that. We just deliver it. But since you're the ones that are going to be in face-to-face with them, they typically will take it out on you, and that could be a hassle to deal with, especially if you do not have patience for dealing with customers like that. It could be a little bit of a hassle and a bit demoralizing and a bit stressful and frustrating to deal with, honestly. Now, guys, that's been a lot of my experience working as a Pizza Hut delivery driver. I overall recommend it as a part-time job for someone younger who is in decent shape and has a working vehicle and good, clean driving record, and that just wants to save up some money and have something to do on the side. If you don't like to drive, don't like working around food, or need something higher paying, then this is definitely not the job for you, unless it's maybe, like I said, a second job, a side job, just a part-time thing for you to do, maybe to pay off some bills, or just save up some money for whatever it is that you need to do. A lot of drivers that I worked with, just as a second job to them, a side job, they just did this for a few hours a week or whatever to make some tips, earn a few bucks on the side, and that's about it. This wasn't their main source of income. Like I mentioned earlier, this is a supplementary income kind of thing. And that's all, guys. Once again, as always, make sure you follow the channel on Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter. I live stream on Twitch every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And I do tweet out if there are any changes to the schedule that you guys know. So follow me on all places. I know I don't always be posting here. Sometimes I'm streaming. Sometimes I'm posting on my second YouTube channel. All those links will be in the description box below. So you can follow me in all those places and keep up to date. And we can talk about this and that, especially video games, of course. You know what it is. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, comments, or things of that nature, leave them in the comment section below, and I'll be getting back to them. Have any questions about Pizza Hut, delivery driving? I also used to do Uber Eats, so I am very accustomed to delivery driving and driving in general, pretty much. So feel free to ask me. I'm there for you guys. And, of course, click the thumbs up button if you like the video. That is it. Once again, Enigmatic Entertainment. I'm out, guys. See you guys next time.